potentially our last map of the night if things go the way of Cr4zy, and let's see if they do as we get into the pistol round. Very heavy B stack to start. Got Nexa with a nade as well to do some util damage, and Ancient won't be going for the immediate rush, but they will send players sneaking up the top of Banana. Already Popsky spotting Esperanto on the corner. Good nade, and Nexa swings off of it, finds nothing. They won't check the corner though. They don't expect Hunter there. 2 kills. Esperanto taps another one down, and it's a 4-on-2 just like that.
And if I'm Ancient and I see that Hunter and Esperanto, the 2 top performers from that last map, are both playing the B bomb site, I'm like, nah. Fair enough, you know, we'll see how he's looking at this time of year. They do go back to B. Hunter does lie in wait, however, and they're going to rotate Esperanto background to try and solidify this B side defense that much further. There is still the smoke on Freddy. Well, now there's just the smoke and flash on Freddy B. He stands here alone. Smoke down to try and get SP out of CT, but it doesn't matter. He's going to peek as it plumes. And Cr4zy, they get themselves the pistol round. They're now 3 for 3 for pistol rounds in this best of 3 so far.
Very nice stuff. Very nice stuff indeed. And yeah, I mean, this is a worrying start already. A pretty dominant pistol for Cr4zy. Ancient are just going to be taking that hard eco, going for the 3rd round buy. It is T-side Inferno, so makes a lot of sense. Cr4zy with a triple B setup once again. I imagine this is going to be the bread and butter, right? Default triple B, throw that early utility from one of your A players, and then have them rotate back towards long. That's what Hunter's done. He threw this deep molly, he went back towards A, and now Cr4zy have got aggressive in the banana. They are going to have a very easy time of things against the Glocks.
Yeah, they're just farming up this money, taking it in their stride. For Ancient now, there's no hope for them to find not even a bomb plant in this round, as they are just getting hunted mercilessly. Look at that mini-map. My goodness. That is just, it's like from the Alien films, you know, like with the little radar blip of all the aliens closed it in. That's what it felt like there. Cr4zy just swarming over Ancient. But here's the buy. Rifles out across the board. Utility for everyone on Ancient. No AWP in sight, but they are T-side Inferno, so it's not the end of the world. They will just have these AKs across the board. Hunter catches the timing there to get a little run boost, and he's going to arrive at Banana pretty quickly as a result.
Will rotate round though. He is that long player. Only wanted to throw his utility in early before his rotation began, but of course also make sure there's no rush.
Yeah, another thing I like about that, he throws down that early bit of utility and now immediately leaves. They've spotted 3 players' sets of Molotovs and utility down the banana now. So maybe in the back of Ancient's mind, they've seen that Cr4zy have been triple stacking that B bomb site initially. They might be lulled into a bit of a false sense of security. Flashes here for Esperanto, and he doesn't even mean to tag up Draken, but he still finds the double. He's toppled the B play single-handedly. And Ancient, they might have had the man advised to begin with, but they certainly don't anymore. Trade's impossible as Esperanto just slithers back into CT spawn, usurping Ancient from Banana, and now they've got to try and turn their attention elsewhere. It's back to this A bomb site for Disco Doppler. Bomb grouping back up down towards B now. And this will still be the B commitment from the Swedes.
Yeah, it's actually no one on the site here. Cr4zy have double CT because they went for this boost. So as a result, if they get the smoke down here, Ancient will be able to cross towards the site. That being said, Esperanto will still have some vision over the top side of that smoke. 22 HP, how much could he really do? Surely not too much. They don't check the angle though. There's the kill. Rusty's dead. Freddy B's killed Nexa up on the coffins in the meantime, so the site is still under the control of Ancient. Esperanto, he's just going to go right through. No fear. They faked the plant, and they were more than ready for him to swing wide through that smoke. So 10 seconds left. They plant deeper this time. And 2v2, very much doable now in the post plant.
Yeah, that one flash they had thrown out by Otto. They don't spot anyone on the back of it here. And Ancient, they're just going to play the trade game. They're going to play by the numbers here. Freddy B drawing the attention of Cr4zy into this bomb site. This crossfire very strong indeed, and these fights have to get won soon. Otto in the 1v2, and he's just going to try and make both these players go down with the bomb if he can. Flashing it in the bomb site to keep them trapped, and they're desperately trying to get out of there because Ancient know they don't have the money to afford this sort of, or these sort of casualties. Cr4zy will survive, and we've already seen him outdo his performance from Train within the first 3 rounds here on Inferno, so it does seem like at least he's recovered from that performance in the first map of this series. And I did kind of mention how, for me, that would be the first hurdle that Ancient had to get over if they wanted to make this comeback in the series look doable.
I mean, he's already almost doubled his kills from that previous map, and there it is, there's the double. As he finds a nade to Esperanto at top Banana. It's a quick trade for Nexa, nice molly as well, that sends him very far back, but double molly in response, and Nexa wants out. He will get away. Tail tucked between his legs, and a 2-man B hold still intact. Hunter wants to get aggressive instead. With a flashbang, he might be able to find something, but close position from Cr4zy doesn't get the trade. Just a second off the timing. The B play will be coming through for Ancient, it seems. As they throw a CT smoke, they get another one down in their face, so it won't commit through that. And Cr4zy going to go for a bit of a boost at the back of the bomb site. Nexa going above new box. Ancient do have an incendiary on Cr4zy. He could throw that towards that position, and mollies do climb up walls, so might be able to get Nexa off this angle. It's a bit of a surprising one, especially with an SMG up close to take the brunt of the damage. There's the molly going down. It actually won't catch Nexa there. He just gets away from it. And here comes the push.
Oh, now imagine this Molotov should have cleared Nexa out. He gets 3 from the boost. And that entire play just goes down the toilet almost immediately. Ancient get annihilated on that B bomb site attempt.
That's the thing as well, when you know that molly has landed and you don't hear a tick of damage, you think, oh, new box is clear. No one there when you're going for those entries is looking new box. Everyone's checking pillar, backside close. So no surprise he gets away with 3.
I tell you what, I know the Swedes have a few extra vowels over us, but I figured they would have the letter A in their alphabet. Ancient, certainly not right now. They've only been going to that B bomb site. We might finally see an A play attempted here from the Ancient squad. It is just these pistols, however. Cr4zy testing the waters down here at Banana. Flash rains through. He will get onto the logs just in time. There isn't a Molotov here at Banana just to force that player out from the logs and give yourself the early man advantage. So they will just decide to give Banana up. Don't want to risk getting overwhelmed by these pistol players. These are the rounds you want to keep as clean as possible to try and build up those bank accounts on the CT side.
That's if you get a choice, and Harry, you were not correct. It is a B play once again. Nice shot from Cr4zy through the smoke. That is not how you want to start if you're Nexa. And it does leave just Esperanto here. Wait for the rotation. SMG is good, but there's so many players. He can only get a single kill. That nade almost drops Cr4zy planting. And actually, Hunter's just given free roam. He can get aggressive and stop that plant. And there's nothing to stop him. All the players confined within the Banana, none of them on the site. And it is a slaughter. What a massive mistake from Ancient. That is so unlucky there. I guess getting ahead of themselves, thinking we got 2 B picks and a few seconds of rotations should not be here in time, but Hunter made it very clear with his grenade that he was about to push back into that bomb site, and he's just given all the room in the world to do so. It was only Glocks and P250s, so you can't expect them to really be able to smoke him off or do anything of the sort, but you would hope some players just throw their bodies at him to stop him from getting that bomb dropped. But instead, no money gained for Ancient in that round, and now they've just got to go into a bye regardless with no AWP.
And already, these deep nades down Banana really have been incredibly valuable to Cr4zy. This round's no exception. They haven't even seen any of these T players just yet, but already they've done a bit of damage onto Cr4zy. Apartments control taken from Ancient, but they do fall out of this position early on. The bomb still drop back towards T ramp, and we know that Ancient have a real affinity with this B bomb site. Might look to head back there. 4 players for Cr4zy stacked up inside of A, and that's all on the back of just having one man jump peeking down here towards B. He can spot a Banana play if one's coming through. Esperanto already securing the man advantage for Cr4zy in this round, and that will be Ancient turning tail once again back to B. Nexa's going to spot the players creeping up, and now he can just drop this smoke. Buys so much time for rotations to come in. And Ancient, they've got to pump the brakes once again.
Yeah, almost 3 players committed to be there. Hunter's going to stay in spawn, so he at least has a fast route back into this bomb site because there's 20 seconds left for Ancient to make a play. And Cr4zy somewhat committed in thinking it is B. They would be right. Flashes through, and here come the cavalry. Esperanto playing close, and they're not going to check him. He gets 1. Hunter, same story. Esperanto doubles it, as they both do on the back of the bomb site. Cr4zy picking up another round on the CT side. Very strong start. 5-1 up right now. Ancient, they are just walking into these crossfires on B round after round. A wasn't working for them early on, losing a player, but that's not how you want to end it. Maybe a bit of a tactical pause now as Ancient takes some time to mull over the situation.
Yeah, and I mean, it just kind of feels like it's just a little bit mismatched right now between Ancient. It's like they can never have all the pieces of the puzzle in place at the right time. You know, like you think back to Train, we had some great performances from Disco Doppler, Draken had a few big moments. Rusty as well had some phenomenal times, but it was Freddie B falling pretty quiet. Draken didn't really step up until later on in the game either. And now here on Inferno, maybe kind of the same story. Freddie B's recovered, but we've got Draken 0-6, still yet to field a frag. Now, obviously, it's early days, and he can turn this around.
Yeah, to have the AWP as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I imagine he's not just looking forward to getting the AWP, but looking forward to moving into the CT half of this map, right, where he can really look to show some dominance with that AWP.
Got to get some T rounds first, though.
Yeah, he might not have much of a CT half left at this point. Pushing towards the A site, Disco Doppler opens up, but it's Hunter and Otto holding the fort. They're locking it down. The nade might finish off the man down in pit, and Hunter's just taking the fight with the USP anyway. Disco Doppler down in pit, 15 points to health. The bomb dropped in the bomb site, and a 1v3 required. This one feels insurmountable.
And
indeed it is, yeah.
Nice clean stuff from Cr4zy either way. Little apps drop for Ancient. They find a couple of entries, so it's not the worst of rounds. It was only an eco after all, and here's what we've been waiting for, Harry. Draken, James Bond right now. 007, but he's got the AWP, and this could be the game changer. Let's see where he takes it, as Otto has his own on the A side of things too, so Draken just chilling for the time being, watching for that mid-cross, nothing coming through. And Cr4zy with a triple B setup as well. Freddie, how is he alive? Not for long. Molly going down and smoke on top of it. He will just live to fight another day, but he can't go around this corner. There's 2 players ready and waiting. You'll need a flashbang. Another Molly. You're definitely not staying there, Freddie. That is going to spread, surely. No.
I mean, that is some nerves of steel to not even bother. Like, didn't even check it. Wasn't even curious. He's just like, nah. If I die in the fire, I die in the fire. Instead, it might be a trial by fire into the B bomb site once again as they're stacked up over on Banana. Disco Doppler maybe trying to fake the apps drop here. Throws that close smoke that's going to land on the hay bales. Gives himself a bit of an angle to go peeking over. Hugo, I know you're a big fan of this this apps drop.
I love an apps drop.
It's like the one Inferno stat that you ever call.
Oh, so damn right.
Disco Doppler subscribing to the Byron mentality.
I wouldn't do that.
Let's see if it works for him. 40 seconds, Ancient still looking very indecisive as to where this is actually going to end up. Yeah. They start to take the bomb back into mid, and now they're like, well, yeah, maybe B's fine at this time of year.
It's fine every round, apparently. Only 1A play this entire game. So Cr4zy a triple stacked on B, unsurprisingly. A shot from Otto, unfortunate. Molotov down, but they're already past, they're already into the pool, and there's fire everywhere, flames at their feet. Esperanto finding flash players, but he only gets a single kill, and that is not enough. Cr4zy are giving up the bomb site, and Rusty drops Otto through a smoke. Finally, something coming up clutch for Ancient, and I feel like maybe they've even sent Cr4zy packing, not considering the retake here. If we look at the money, this save actually does make a world of difference. These 2 guns being kept for Cr4zy means they can actually buy up in the follow-up round. So yeah, don't even want to go for it. Keep the weapons. Would rather have a full buy than risk a 2-on-4. And Ancient, their second round on this T side starting to come alive.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to start somewhere, and this will be their second round. They've got a couple of building blocks now. They've got to try and do something with this. And this is where, you know, that save that you've highlighted, this is kind of Ancient's means of getting back into this, right? Is there'll be a buy for Cr4zy in the next round, but It's after that they're going to be able to chain a couple together on the back of the economy alone. That's the thing. I mean, it's 6-2, right? While it's been a very, very one-sided start, and I feel like for you and me, Train is still so fresh in our minds as to how one-sided that looked when Cr4zy moved in to that second half. But, I mean, this is the map pick of Ancient. They have already beat Cr4zy on this map before. A 2-6 scoreline is not too out of the ordinary. It's just, we hadn't really seen too many signs of life to suggest that there could have been rounds strung together. And now we've kind of got that initial sign of life from Ancient. We need to see more. They are at least on the right track. It's going to be back towards Banana. Nexa flashed in, trying to find the early opener. And actually, he goes pushing down Banana here. There is a man holding close, trying to keep an eye on it. It's Rusty. And Rusty, nice flick. Will deal with Nexa on his attempted aggression.
I think the big difference maker is when we did see Ancient win this game in group, they got 8 T-side rounds to start. So that certainly set them up for success, and we're going to need a similar performance here. That being said, so far not looking that way. 6-2 up, Cr4zy holding the lead. Not in this round though, 4-on-5, and Ancient, they can work with this pick. They've got Rusty still committed to the top of B. He's the low HP player. He's the expendable player in this round. And Cr4zy, they've read it wrong. They've rotated back towards his B side. I don't blame them for doing this, considering how many times it's ended up on B, and it still could. Second player joining Rusty. It's 40 seconds, but the bomb's walking up mid in the meantime. Oh no, here they go. As Cr4zy rotate off of B, Ancient rotate into B, and Hunter gets aggressive, but he'll fall. First at the fall short of the first hurdle. Plopsky getting the trade. Now 4-on-3. Freddy's caught a timing in through spawn. That's perfect, and he's going to be making a lot of noise. Letney getting caught on that rotate round. Esperanto hiding inside of the coffin smoke, and Otto's found a shot. Esperanto swinging out wide. 15 seconds. He's dropped the bomb, and 2 more as well. Freddy B. What can he do? 10 seconds to find this clutch, and they are not even giving him the jewels. Esperanto has run for the hills, and there is no time left.
What a round from Esperanto and Otto, locking down B. Phenomenal stuff. Esperanto is having one hell of a series right now. Top performer back on train. He's continuing that here as he salvages this round from the brink of defeat. 7-2. It was finally looking like Ancient had caught a break. They found the timing. They had the player to cut off rotations in the form of Freddy B. And when they get so close, it gets stolen away from them. Look at this. Hunter's already all the way down through mid. There's so much confidence on these Cr4zy players right now.
I don't blame them. And a 1-for-1 early on. Hunter almost gets back out of dodge, but Draken's going to catch him with the AWP. 2 kills in this round already with that weapon. We were hoping that he would be able to step up with it, and so far proving successful. Ancient now in a man advantage. Where did they go? B? Honestly, probably the best decision, especially with how Cr4zy have adjusted right now. A full gamble up on this A site might not be the right call to make.
I feel like if I was going to gamble stack any site right now,
yeah,
it would be B.
I think they're just playing the mind games of they've gone B every time. Surely they go A now, right?
And Ancient are like, haha.
Wow, that's where you're wrong, kiddo. Finger guns are out.
This is Christmas to Ancient. An empty B bomb site. What? They love it. They're running in. They're happy. They're happy as can be. Esperanto is on the other side trying to deny something. But if he doesn't get a kill, I imagine this is just the immediate save from Cr4zy.
They've not got money. And, oh, hello. Okay, I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
I mean,
he's got the kit.
It's cheeky. It's cheeky. I'll give him that. He's hidden. And, I mean, either he's going to look to try and kill players as they try and save and exit, or he's going to try and go for the ninja.
I don't think Ancient are going to give him this at 7-2 with 4 players alive. This would be the biggest mistake ever, really.
Yeah, you prefixed it with that. I mean, how can they not? Esperanto, come on, hide. Go for the ninja. Don't kick.
Well,
Oh, he's still going for it. Nah, you missed the smoke.
Yeah, there's no time, buddy.
Yeah, this isn't working now. I admire the confidence, but that's all there is in this play is confidence. He's almost able to take all the players down with the bomb, so he actually does great damage there regardless. It will be a 3rd round for Ancient.
He got Plopsky low enough that the bomb did kill him as well, right? So technically 2 kills in that round. Honestly, I admire it, right? Like, you know, stick around, make it costly. At the bare minimum, you're getting a kill there. You'd like to think. And he does. So damage done, but the round still won by that of Ancient. And Cr4zy now calling in a tactical pause. Not what we expected, but I guess finally getting dealt with all these B plays has, hurt them enough that they want to work out how the hell to get around this. Surely they can't keep going for B. That's still under question. Ancient 3 rounds on this T side, starting to warm up into things. Still a very much salvageable half by the Swedes.
He's going to try and go for this peek, and it's very, very close, but Cr4zy's already homed in on the angle. Delete the AWP, but off Cr4zy almost immediately. Now, this is a pretty weak buy for Cr4zy, considering the weapons that were saved forward. The money wasn't really there. They threw a buy together with what they had. They tried to have Otto be like the catalyst in this round with that AWP, take the aggression down Banana early on. They were hoping he could have made a big play. Now they're going to try and set up Esperanto, but Freddy B is primed and ready for that. They know that any corner could harbor Esperanto with how he's been playing. He's been very, very keen on taking these fights. And Ancient now sat 5v3 up. Probably one of the best spots we've seen them in to find a round in this entire game thus far. Map, rather.
Ooh, just dodged. Freddy gets through mid with that bomb. At least we have one man committed to the site, but the issue is Hunter's kind of useless with an SMG here. It's such a long range, long side to fight mid or the site. Letney's got to do something incredible, but he's already blind and cleared up from the site. Hunter gets one. Cr4zy coming through the smoke, though. That will spell his demise, and Nex has got to save. Ancient get their 4th round on this T side, starting to definitely warm up into things. I like the slow, methodical play from Ancient. It's making Cr4zy doubt themselves, right? These early fights, sometimes favoring Ancient, sometimes not, but Cr4zy never seem to know where Ancient are going, and that's the nature of Inferno, right? Just gamble stacking a lot of the time. Cr4zy aren't always rolling the dice too favorably. So 4 rounds on this T side, and the potential for many, many more. That 8-7 half that Ancient got in the group stage seems somewhat attainable.
Yeah, I mean, considering this was 6-1 in favor of Cr4zy at one point in time, right? This has been another great turnaround from Ancient. They've been very, very good at this, at least in these first halves. They did it back on train. They were able to take what was a very, very one-sided game, make it look almost doable, right? They were, what, 9-1 down at one point in time? They pull it back to a 9-6 half. Here, there's still a chance they could even win the half out. So they do have like that resilience factor, right? The ability to kind of roll with the punches and rise back to the occasion. So I don't think we can by any means count them out of this now.
Taking Banana, though, while they throw smokes long side. Molly to Porch as well. That's going to clear out some of these players with a little stack from Cr4zy. 3 players in position, and one of them's going to die to the flame, surely. Otto on 1. Walks ahead of it, but the nade will seal the deal. 4 on 4, and a heavy rotate towards B from Cr4zy. Great decision, considering it's only a pistol round as well. They can afford to make these kind of risks, and it's not just a risk, Harry. It might be a reward, too.
Hunter, missed shot. Next is here. Gonna try and boost their teammate over, or maybe he's looking for a boost. Esperanto will come round to assist and try and throw this hero rifle up and onto the boost. The prying eyes of Nexter are closed forever as Cr4zy does remove him from the round, and they will try and hold on to the Org. Ancient now 5-7 as they find yet another round on this T side. It does feel like, I mean, for Cr4zy, like they haven't really had like a proper buy in the last 3 rounds. It has always just been these saved weapons, kind of juggled around with a couple of SMGs. I feel like this next round is going to be a really good indication of where Ancient are at in this map. You know, if they can continue to build upon this T-side lead, or if we will see Cr4zy kind of right their wrongs a little bit.
I mean, this is a huge round as well, right? Because if they pick it up, they're going to get essentially 2 for 1 now as the buy comes back for Cr4zy. And at that point, it's 7-7. Who cares how the last round of the half goes? You've done an impeccable job on the T side. And yeah, Ancient are reaching that mark now. AWP out for Otto. Draken, he had a couple of AWP kills when he picked it up earlier, but he hasn't had a frag since. Hasn't needed to, really. This is his time to shine, but Freddy's going to go aggressively towards the top of middle. Otto is waiting in tow. 2 kills. That smoke actually tagging him on the retreat and goes a little bit short. Actually, look at this as well from Rusty. Ooh. If he calls to his teammates to back off right now, they could go back towards B, and we could see a bit of a split there, but the issue is that rotate from Hunter's coming in hot. Rusty does get spotted, and the jig is up. No one on the site's going to give him a frag, and they're just going to wait for this flank to get into position to take him down.
Oh, no. Oh, Hunter. No, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him like that. Rusty, he's wondering what went so wrong. He thought he'd caught the timing. It all seemed a little too easy, and perhaps it was. Because Hunter was lurking in the shadows, and now it is just Plopsky and Draken left standing. They try and hit the A bomb site. They try and pick up where they left off, and they have managed to find that first man. Now only Otto here will be helped out by Hunter, but as they close the gap, as they get into the bomb site, surely they can try and get this bomb down. It's Draken left alone. Now asked to try and step up in a 1v3, does have his AWP in hand and will take down the first man. He's looking for more. He's looking for something else, and Esperanto's been legged. The peek from Nexter coming in at short might catch the timing, and it will. It's a Cr4zy. They shut him down just after that bomb plant comes in, and they will solidify an 8th. But it gets uncomfortably close there.
Definitely. I mean, that was so winnable for Draken. Even hits a tag to Esperanto. I think if he gets the kill there, maybe he doesn't rush the bomb plant. He had time to reconsider in that round, but unfortunately for him, Nexa was too quick on that backline. And Otto, double kill on short as well. Big impact from him on that AWP. Goes both ways. He even finds 3 at the end of the day. And that's a huge round for Cr4zy. As said, coming into it, if they lose that one, we likely see Ancient go 7-7. And then Cr4zy bar up for the last round of the half. Well, instead, at least we got a full buy for both teams. Ancient have had a streak of rounds in these past few. But Cr4zy are going to be able to buy back into it, have that AWP saved over as well. Otto will be well armed.
So this is how you know something's gone wrong, right? The dead giveaway is the handful of cables. And the whole posture, actually. The whole situation. But we're working hard to get this resolved, and actually, maybe Barbar's just fixed it himself. Maybe a bit of a history in technical support.
Unplug it, plug it back in.
He's done it. That. He bought this headset from home. That's why it's so cabled up.
just pocket cables. Everyone's got them. Wires wound round the leg. Is that a headset in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me, Harry? Who knows? Fast play through the apartment. Oh, Hunter, he's found a timing. Rusty gets caught. The AWP was first shown down the hallway, so Ancient, their attention was diverted. No trade as a result. Letney, he's still on 0 kills. Not what I expected 14 rounds deep. Considering Cr4zy at 8-5 up as well. That's a bit of a surprise, but let's see if it makes much difference. Man advantage and passive play for Cr4zy at the back of the bomb site. Ancient, they're just going to contact walk in. Plopsky might be able to find the timing, or they go for this boost. Or he definitely knows someone is new box, at least, but does he know there's 2 of them there? Now he does. Nexus spotted on the jump. Plopsky's got a Molotov for this position, and he'll be able to force Esperanto out, but the smoke on the flames keeps him here for a few more seconds. Spray through, and Freddy will get that kill. Ancient have the B site, and as a result, the round.
Yeah, I mean, that smoke from Esperanto is really just delaying the inevitable, right? Yeah. You don't have many places you could be when you've smoked yourself off behind quad. You're either in the smoke...
or you're dead.
Or you're dead, yeah. They're really the 2 options. And, well, Esperanto choosing both.
Wow.
Cr4zy with the 6th round, though. This is definitely one hell of a recovery from the Swedish squad. They're certainly making this look possible. And, you know, with Nuke being the third map, I would love for us to get there. I love watching Cr4zy on Nuke. I would love to see what Ancient looked like, especially for me. The one man to keep an eye on there is Draken, because from what I remember, he always looked pretty uncomfortable on Nuke as a map, right? Just one where maybe, I don't know if it was like just a case of struggling to fit in within the teams he's been a part of there or something along those lines. But I don't know, I've always seen him be a very, very hit and miss AWPer on that map. I would kind of like to see the head-to-head of him and Otto just to see how that pans out. See if maybe Draken's looking a bit more at home on that map with this squad.
I remember when Draken played under NIP, he had, what was the stat? I'm pretty sure he was statistically the lowest rated player in a one map ever. Or something like that. And it was on a Nuke game. I'm pretty sure we casted that as well.
I remember. I don't remember what the exact thing was, but it was like the lowest rated player in like a best of 3 on LAN or something. I don't know.
Yeah, winning.
Yeah, winning. There you go. It was a 1 best of 3, but the lowest rated player. Yeah. So
I think it was just the map, and I think it was Nuke. That's the interesting part. So yeah, I mean, if we get to that third map, maybe not his home ground, Harry. Maybe not where he wants to go, but if they want to pick up a victory here, they have to go to third and final map. Cr4zy already sitting 1-0 up after taking train, and the half is looking good for them too. Pretty split down the line. Oh no, classic spillage.
There we go. That's the problem.
5-second rule.
This is what, that's not the... He's not upset because the water is not in the bottle or in his mouth anymore. Draken just going to put his head down to the table and start sipping the water out from his keyboard.
Like a cat.
Does your cat drink from your keyboard?
I have a cat since he drank from my keyboard.
Oh, okay. R.I.P.
I'll leave that open to interpretation.
He was nice.
Yeah. Keyboard was nicer.
I think we've cleared up the spillage. We're just sorting out a little wet floor sign to put around Draken.
Health and safety is important.
Here we go. We're back into this, and Draken, he's got the AWP in hand. Let's see if maybe he able to work some magic now.
That wasn't water, actually. That was just the tears of the CIS minor players that Draken caused. Some say. Ooh, little flash down banana. Nex is going aggressive. He's got the smoke to support him. Nexa all the way deep. This can allow for Esperanto to rotate if he chooses to. But he'll probably just jump spot and try and fake the fact that he's the solo B player. He's even opting for the deagle. Don't blame him. Oh, I like that. He's going to swing off the contact made by Nexa, so it won't be Esperanto to face first. However, it may not matter. Cr4zy are going to have to deal with the A play. Ancient pressuring Boiler. Otto's forced back to the site. Draken having gained control in middle. Now they've got to gain control in banana. And here's where things get interesting. Nexa not checked. He gets away with one. Smoke down the bottom as well. Esperanto can try and help him out, but he's not needed. Just gets out of dodge. Gets back towards the logs. And almost caught on that spray, but will be able to get away. Cr4zy sitting 5-on-4.
Yeah, I mean, their options have kind of, you know, their hands are tied here, right? If you're Ancient, there's someone, last you saw very, very deep down banana, you're kind of forced into this A play. It's the only bit of real estate on the map that you know you've got that you don't have to challenge for. And now they try and take the bomb site. This is where they do have to make these challenges happen. Otto opens up. Esperanto, I think, should have spotted Freddy B there, but he's still allowed to get one for his troubles. 8 seconds left, and this bomb only just now getting into the bomb site. It gets dropped, and Cr4zy secure a 9th round, 9-6. At the end of this first half, Cr4zy narrowly in the lead, but a great comeback from Ancient. Certainly not impossible. Let's see if Ancient can make the comeback happen and take us to Nuke, our third and final map of this best of 3 after the break. An explosive first half. Actually, on either side of the equation, I'll be honest, Cr4zy blindsided us with a 6-1 lead initially. The half ends 9-6, with Ancient slowly but surely clawing their way back into this, and now moving into their CT side. This does not feel impossible by any stretch of the imagination. Still very much anyone's game, but for those of you who are just tuning in, Cr4zy currently sat 1-0 up in this deciding best of 3. Loser goes home, winner secures their spot in the semi-final.
And Cr4zy have certainly been in this spot before. Maybe more accustomed to 2-0ing the group, but they're happy just getting there. And they're getting there, up the top of B, already taking car control. No one here for Ancient. Forced back early on. Plopsky with a lot of utility as well, ready with a nade. That might do well. No, not enough. They move back in time. Cr4zy still ready to go for this BX second. Ancient are going to walk right into it. Now, are these Ts ready with their guns out? Yes, Letney hits a shot. Plopsky has to fall back, but he won't get much further. Dead before he can even retreat to the site. And that bomb plant's already in. That might just be the round. It is Inferno after all.
Yeah, I mean, even with the kit and the smoke over on Rusty, right, you're really relying on finding a couple of kills in the opening few seconds of showing your head. And with a second smoke now falling in CT, likelihood of finding much from this round becomes even lower. They are still going to give it a look into. They're still looking dedicated on the side of Ancient to trying to make something of this round. And actually, Rusty will grace the scoreboard initially. Reddy's followed up as well. Hunter does get the trade, but he's going to get dealt with. Surely they don't claw their way back into this from what was a 3v5. They're on the bomb. They're sticking it. Draken tapping down the remaining players. Ancient get the defuse. What? A 3v5 retake, and they make it look almost too easy.
I wasn't even believing Harry. I'd already written that round off the table. Rusty just spinning on the defuse like a fidget spinner. What is that? Can't even take him down. Draken body blocking, but most importantly, getting these 3 crucial kills back into the bomb site. What a round from Draken. And now, well, this game just got thrown into a whirlwind. This is very interesting. 4 spy from Cr4zy with 4 rifles in round number 2. That's pretty incredible considering they lost the previous round, but just shows how close it came. Rusty spotting one, going around the corner. Disco Doppelin will have that crossfire, but Esperanto checks it. Oh, can they trade? Yes, Rusty gets that done, but there's another man swinging out of the apartment. Rusty will deal with him, but Freddy dropping in middle. 3-on-3. Bomb still walking through this mid-smoke, so they can start to retrieve a few more guns. Nexus now armed to the teeth, and Letney's taken out Rusty's. That bomb can be planted, and Ancient have a 2-man split back into the bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, these 2v3s, never easy, but I mean, Ancient, with how easy they're able to make that pistol round look, I still have a feeling they're going to give this one a look into. Plopsky on this wrap round. They've put a lot of stake in this flank from the MP9 up in the apartments. Well, they get rewarded for it. Letney is holding it along with the man down in the pits. I mean, I don't think any kills should come through here for Ancient. These crossfires are so strong, and even while Draken will get one, the re-peek is in immediately. Cr4zy will solidify a 10th round, so they immediately steal one back from the Ancient squad.
That's a really impressive buy. I don't mean the round, I mean the buy. Like, the fact that you can get 4 guns out in the second round, it is crazy. Well, I guess it goes with the name, but 1 Galil, 2 AKs, and an SG. Not what you'd expect to be up against in round number 2, but Ancient get dealt a difficult hand, and now they've got to deal with their own. Will they be counting cards? Will be Cr4zy sending them home? Rusty with a tag down mid and 4 pistols.
Well, Hunter trying to take control of top mid, just trying to establish the default here. You don't want to allow Ancient to go for these mid peaks and spot that there's no one either in the apartments or over in top mid. And so him throwing in that smoke just keeps this 3-man stack at the A bomb site that much longer. Now the B play looks to come through, and only 2 players here. Rotations are a long way away. Damage done with the Deg on Plopsky, but only 1 kill found on the back of it. Rotations now starting to come in, but with this smoke down in CT, Ancient are locked out of this bomb site. We've seen them in an impossible retake on B once already, but surely twice in the first 3 rounds is too much to ask. Cr4zy's boosted up and over the top of this defensive CT smoke. Letney's keeping an eye on the Ruins wrap, and they will challenge him. Missed shot, Hunter to pick them up, and all the kills come through. Rusty's going to try and get out of danger. But I mean, at this point, the bomb might even be enough to take him down. Cr4zy will pick up an 11th. And now there's an eco for Ancient coming up in the next.
Little note, Letney's still on 2 kills, which is the craziest thing about this, right? Like, dominant scoreline. Well, not really dominant, but a 1-point dominant, and still pretty much in the lead on this second half. And one of the players not having a great game by any means of the word. Luckily, we've got players like Hunter stepping it up, 20+ kills on him, 17 on Esperanto and Nexa. So it's not a worry just yet, but it could certainly come to be if this game gets closer. Ouch. Bodied. And burnt. Cr4zy's going to fall at the top of B. Cr4zy's walking up through mid-contact here with the SMG Otto. Checks Boiler, he's going to have a bit of a naughty surprise. 2 players waiting on the other side of the stairwell. And they've got the kills on B in the meantime. Cr4zy with 2 entries. The reason that they're not rushing is they're still hesitant there could be more. Very common to see players, fake on B by sending a couple of lambs to the slaughter and then having, a stack at the back of the bomb site. It's not the case for now, though, and Cr4zy are going to be working it out the interesting way by just sneaking into this B site. Fake being sold on A in the meantime to keep these Boiler players in position, but it's going to be very clear where this one's going. Freddy, not spotted for a while, but eventually dealt with, and just like that, that should be the round.
Oh, there we go. And yeah, this will be the 12th for Cr4zy. Obviously, Ancient didn't really expect anything heading into this one. They're focusing instead on their buy in the following round. Now, one thing to note, Draken still will not have his AWP in hand in this next round. I was really looking forward to seeing him bringing it out in this CT half. And the problem they're going to have, while they have this next buy, if you lose that, Draken might have a situation where he's never even got to touch the AWP in this second half, right? You really do need to secure a round here and now if you're Ancient. And it's got to be a pretty clean one at that if you want to have many buys left in this game.
That is a scary thing to be up against, yeah, definitely. The reality, I imagine, is setting in for Ancient. Very cutthroat. 12-7. Here it is, first full CT buy, and it's still lacking some necessities, kits, and even incendiaries, Harry. There's none of them. Odds starting to get more and more stacked per round, and I'm not exactly blaming them. Cr4zy taking the top of B in this one. Rusty with a crossfire in middle, but not going to be gifted too much early on. Molly towards Porch just to cut him off, and Hunter gets spotted by Draken, but they haven't cleared out Rusty yet. They've got that Molotov section him off, and that gun barrel definitely stuck out. Nexa saw that when he looked to his right side, so Nexa getting that opening kill, and Cr4zy getting mid. They've just got to force Draken off this angle, and they should be fine. Flash to go around the corner, won't blind him, but the shot's missed, and Hunter takes him down. Cr4zy in a 5-on-3, wrapping the A site, and only 1 man to stop him.
Yeah, it's Disco Doppling down in pit. What can he do? Only 1 kill delivered, and the remaining 2 players just have to save. Cr4zy will be picking up a 13th round here and now. And one thing that is important to note is, if you recall, when these guys met on day 1 and they played and Cr4zy got 12-16 by Ancient, Hunter did actually have a pretty quiet game in that one. Here, that could not be further from the truth. We get that Hunter that is the most terrifying one to run into, and that is just where he's not missing a beat. He seems to just be hitting every head. Yeah. For me, he's been just such a fun player to watch develop over the last few months, and I don't know, there's just something about his crosshair placement or something. It just makes the game look too easy.
Yeah, no, seriously talented. I don't think anyone will argue that. And in a team full of young and up-and-coming players, this is a great fit for him. 4 kills from Nexa there, and you can see him on that face cam as well, shouting, hyping up his team. I don't think they need hyping. 13-7 up, and Cr4zy are only 3 rounds away from those semi-finals. Ancient, minimal chances of stopping them. They're going to have 1 full buy round on this CT side, and it won't be now, Harry. 3K per player, you got to take an eco. Take a pause. And if Baba had any inspiring words or any cables to plug in, now will be the time.
I mean, I really liked watching Nexter as well kind of develop into this IGL, right, within the squad. He's been looking good. And obviously, yeah, when it comes to the hype, he was always like a pretty hyped guy. But, you know, he's been trained up at how to hype a team up by Neil M.
Yeah. I mean, there's no better man.
Yeah, the loudest coach in the game, perhaps. Actually, I don't know about that. There are some pretty vocal coaches out there. But 13-7, and Ancient, the fact that they weren't able to hold on to those rifles is really going to hurt, right? They didn't even attempt that retake. You really do, you know, you cut yourself out of the round so that you never even gave it a go, and then you don't get the reward from it, right? You get the worst case in both scenarios. So they've only got these pistols now, bit of armor behind them. Not really expecting much. This should be a 14th round for Cr4zy unless something goes very, very wrong here. Actually, that's a nice flash to open up. That could be a step in the right direction. It will get traded by Esperanto, and he's going to keep a watchful eye over this gun so that no Swede can lay their hands on it.
Stay out of his personal space. And they will for now. He gets a chance to back off. Does, in fact, give that gun away, but Draken will gain one in middle, shutting down Nexter. The re-peek in. Gets past the crosshair of the man in middle, and now Hunter bursts out through the apartments, but they've got the crossfire. They've still got a man in pit, now gone mini pit. So Hunter's been given a lot of room as a result, and he's just going to go out wide, but shot hit by Draken, standing tall with his deagle, and he's standing so tall. 3 kills. Shutting down the full buy round of Cr4zy. If there was ever a time for Ancient to come alive, it was going to be their pistols, Harry. They get it done. Now we're going to be able to see that AWP on the CT side that we've been waiting for, a full buy round with everything.
Yeah, big round for the Deegs to step up. What a moment for it. And now we do finally get to see this CT AWP from Draken. Nice. And what a way to have it make its debut in the server. He opens up, taking down Otto, his AWPing counterpart, over in the squad of Cr4zy. Nade stacked down through Banana, doesn't find any damage. And as a result, will they expect a man to be so deep? Esperanto blindsiding Plopsky. Freddie B had fallen back to throw down some utility. Smoke gonna land, but it's very deep, and they're already up and past it. Freddie B, good for one, but quickly traded. 3v3 retake into the B bomb site will be in order for Ancient. Not an easy feat, but not impossible either. Rotations are a little way away, so there's time for Cr4zy to get set up here. Bombs planted for Banana. That's where Hunter's been sent. Or Nex has been sent, rather. Leaving Letney and Hunter to try and play off of one another inside the bomb site.
We know how good Cr4zy's util usage is, so let's see if they get aggressive with these flashbangs. It will be throwing them out all very early. So left to the gunfights, Hunter's forced off the top of the box, and now the push coming through CT. He's hit the shot. Disco Doppler up close, not for long, and Hunter is hunting them down. 2 kills, trying to get the third. Draken's backing off, but he won't be able to escape. It's Letney to fire the final nail in the coffin. And that might be sending Cr4zy over the finish line. 14 rounds here on the T side. And smashing Ancient in the post plant. Money is gone. They did win the eco, which has given them a little bit of a bolster, but nothing like what they would have had in this round. And considering Draken even opened up with a man advantage, that is a harrowing round to lose. One
of the things that I love is I keep on thinking, like, wow, there must be some really die-hard Cr4zy fans in the audience, because I can hear them screaming every time and then I realize it's Nexter. That's who I'm hearing. He's so loud that I can hear his one voice just screaming with celebration at the end of each one of these rounds. It's honestly great. But at 14-8 now, and this attempt at a buy from Ancient really is lacking. Not what you would want to try and deny map and series point the way of your opponent. Plopsky and Disco Doppler, they're the two entrusted with the responsibility of carrying this round on their shoulders. Close setup here from Freddie B over at Banana as he gets himself up on top of the boxes there. Try and work that CZ up close. It's not going to be the B play from Cr4zy. They decide to leave Banana.
Hook, line, and sinker, though. Ancient rotated the long player off. Now, while they are coming back and twofold at that, it might be too late. Cr4zy are up short, and once this app smoke fades, Hunter's going to be free to do as he pleases. Esperanto opening up. Draken going down. And another man up on the archway. Esperanto will just pass by him, looking to wrap this A site ASAP. 2 players inside of it. One of them has already been picked up in the apartments, and Hunter has just got to clear the back of the site. That's already been done. Nex is taking him down instead, and one by one, Ancient will fall. It's all Ancient history now as Cr4zy 1 kill away from a 15th round. And not much to get in their way. Yeah, that is Nexa. I hear that too.
Wow, map and series point for Cr4zy. And what a crazy ride it's been watching them get back into this game. It was a very, very one-sided start, but then we saw Ancient start to claw their way back into it, and it looked doable. It looked possible for the Swedes to bring it back here and now on Inferno, but that might not be the case. One round is all that separates Cr4zy from that semi-final spot and sending Ancient home. Molotov's early up towards the top of Banana. Hunter's keeping an eye on mid. Rest of the gang going to try and take control of top Banana and then work with it later on in the round. I mean, it's a very jumble sail by for Ancient as well. They don't have a single rifle in play in round 24, the round that could be their last on this stage in front of the Swedish crowd. There's Hunter with the opener. Plopsky will at least alleviate some of the pressure. He gets rid of Esperanto, and what a scalp to find over here towards B.
Maybe a scalp to find, but Hunter just hit his 30th kill, Harry, and he's been past the AWP as well. So big weapon upgrade. Considering he's low HP, that's going to make all the difference here. Freddy B waiting for contact on B, and they've got smokes for that CT spawn as well. Plopsky in the corner and Molotovs to clear this out if Cr4zy do so please. They're just taking their time. 4 players committed towards B. This is nothing but the B play right now. Just waiting to see if Ancient make the first move. They will not. So Cr4zy smokes in and the push comes through.
Oh, they try and flash through at this corner, at this CT smoke rather, and Plopsky finds a double on the back of those flashbangs. This is still doable. Ooh. Draken getting away with a bit of chip damage through the smoke. He'll bide his time, wait for these smokes to dissipate, and also wait for his teammate to clear out Banana. Slowly does it as Rusty starts to work his way up. Now they know that this portion of the map is clear and AK's been retrieved. Still a chance for Ancient, but they have to pick up the pace. They have to get into this bomb site and eventually deal with some of these players, and they will, so the dream is kept alive. Ancient secure themselves a 9th round.
Just about. It comes close, but they get it done, Harry. These B retakes have been fantastic. I've got to give it to them. Think back to their T side. I mean, they loved the B side back there, so makes sense for it to work on both halves. That being said, I mean, have they just delayed the inevitable? 1 round, but still up against 15. We've got buy rounds up the wazoo for Cr4zy. They've got plenty of money. Draken's back on the AWP, though. There won't be one for Otto. Fast second mid play here as well. Draken's not going to be able to get on top of that. Nothing he'll be able to see from the short side. We'll have to back up, give it up. As Cr4zy look to take fast mid. They're just speeding up the pace. They're not waiting for anyone. They've had enough with this game and they want those semi-finals. They might just get it. Already up through the long smoke. Disco Doppeln going to get forced back. And I think Freddy B just fired off a shot in CT spawn as well, so they should know these Ts are lurking nearby.
Ooh. Bit of damage done, but it's Draken to open up. And with it, that's the bomb. Not only have you found Hunter, the man at the top of the charts for Cr4zy, but you've put the package out in the open and doubled up. Esperanto is going to take one of the chest. He gets dropped as well. In amongst the confusion, in amongst the chaos over here in mid. One man stands above them all, and it's Draken. With that double, Letney now falling over at long to boot. Nexa drops Otto alone, and he will get the first man. No one else presenting themselves, though, and with only 30 seconds left, a 1v4, an ace needed to pick this round up. Ancient, they might be reaching double digits here and now.
Yeah, utility running dry as well, 20 seconds, and a double setup on short. I don't know if this one's doable, especially with him not going back in the apartments, but might just be to save at this point, Harry. That seems to be the case. 10 seconds and Ancient, double digits. They all get it. 4 alive as well, most importantly, and hopefully someone will be able to grab that orb. Yes, Rusty does. Huge round for Draken, dropping that bomb most importantly, but then getting the second one, the fadeaway shot onto Esperanto, who exits through that smoke. Does not allow the package to be retrieved. God, that bomb. That was so unlucky. I mean, it's not like even the player he killed wasn't even around the corner. The bomb just went projectile forward into his crosshair. Very lucky, very fortunate. But can you rely on that? 5 more rounds separate these two teams. 5 rounds until overtime. Can Ancient do it?
Well, Cr4zy certainly seems to believe so. Opening this round up once again. Are Ancient securing that early man advantage? In the meantime, Hunter trying to work the apartments, does have Nexter along with him. Smoke gonna fall, but they go running right through. Flick shot from Draken, helped out by Rusty. Esperanto and Otto, all that's left, and they're gonna try and go for a last-ditch B play. Now lying in wait on the other side, Freddy B, primed and ready. They don't even have a flash. Oh, okay, to try and get through the smoke, because Freddy B sees everything anyway. Just gets them both through it. And now 11 rounds for Ancient. Just 4 away from making the overtime dream a reality.
It is starting to look very realistic, Harry. Slow starters maybe, but it's all about the way you finish. And we're not done just yet. Cr4zy on pistols as well. That's a chance for Ancient to build up another round, get that tally closer. Draken back to middle with that AWP. He's been so good since we've seen him on it. Double setup on long as well. He's got the cubby corner with his teammate playing for that bait and switch, and he'll just fall off the angle. Now, will they check it for Rusty? Unlikely, they're on pistols. They're just holding W, and they will come to regret it. Rusty gets 2. Now, that is a gun dropped, and Hunter's going to be able to pick that one back up. He had to smoke for Draken, so this is still interesting. It's not over yet for Cr4zy in this round, despite the limitations.
Now, Draken tries to move back into a position where he can still be helpful. He'll just hold the library. And this does leave Doppler in a very, very claustrophobic spot down in the pit. And Hunter, Axe is down 1. Disco Doppler's head's on a swivel, and now it's been removed. We're down to the 2v2. This was just pistols for Cr4zy. Ancient, they've been grinding so hard to get back to this point. It can't all fall short now. 40 seconds left, and they have dealt with the bomb carrier. Otto left in the clutch, and as he peeks wide, Cr4zy does save the day. 12 to 15. Ancient needed 7 rounds in a row to take this one through to overtime. And they've just crossed that halfway mark. 4 out of the 7 required to their name. They just need 3 more.
It's not over till it's over, Harry. And on home soil as well. Might still be attainable. Otto's back on the AWP. Draken joining him. Rusty, oh, look at this pace being set. He's a solo man as well. Aggression down Banana at the same time, and it works wonderfully. 2 kills for Cr4zy. Rusty, same story. He'll drop a man in second middle. And Ancient have cordoned off this map. Cr4zy are looking out of answers. I love that set of pace from Ancient going back into the rifle rounds after Cr4zy have taken a break. Looking to run their own game and not even able to get out of the spawn. It's Rusty to shut it down. 3 kills from him and another round for Ancient, 2 more.
And I really love that. It's so ballsy to go for such like a kind of high-risk, high-reward play like that. When you're staring down the barrel of map and series point, you just throw something like that in. I mean, you know, you can really see that these Ancient boys are starting to get some belief in this comeback once again. They're taking fights like they believe they're going to win them, which was never the case in the earlier stages of this game. It looked like they were always kind of very, very anxious about who lay in wait around every corner. I mean, now we can see a pause called on in, and the smiles, they're gone from Cr4zy's faces. It's not in like replace of sadness or anything, but there's a very kind of somber, serious look across the board, right?
Yeah, it's a realization that maybe this game isn't done just yet.
No, you can't get too ahead of yourself. And I mean, no one knows that better than this Cr4zy squad. Tactical pause draws to a close. They'll be partially investing into this round, instead focusing on the investment in the next. This gives Ancient a really good shot at reaching a 14-15 scoreline with 1 buy to be the deciding factor between overtime or elimination for the Swedes.
That's a yikes. Knee bounces on the corner, but not the corner Draken was hoping for. He takes down his teammate. 1 for 1 at least. Freddy gets a kill before his departure from this round, but if that's what sends them home, You are not going to be happy if you're Ancient. Luckily enough, it is only pistols on the other side, so shouldn't be a problem. But Cr4zy have made these rounds close before. And back towards the A site, and what is essentially a 4-on-2 on this side. But only for now, because Cr4zy have decided to back out. They've thrown the seed of doubt in the heads of Ancient, who will be playing very passive on A, and therefore giving up the CT spawn. So even the B players have got to be worried about their backline at this point, and Draken is focused in watching that wrap round. Cr4zy grouping up with 4 in the banana, though. And really, it's on Plopsky to get a couple of these kills. Draken's otherwise preoccupied.
Well, Draken's here to help out. They're closing the gap and they're laying down the paint. Just 2 players left to try and overthrow and reach that 14th round, and they are putting up the numbers. Esperanto, last man standing, and Ancient 14 to 15. It's the exact picture we painted. One final buy for Cr4zy, and that decides the fate of Ancient at this entire event, whether or not this heads on through to overtime and we keep going that much longer, or whether the Swedes and this long fight, this haul back into this game was all for nothing. It all culminates in this one round. Match point still for Cr4zy, but 1 round, 5 kills, all that's required to start this whole process again and lock in an overtime.
See how patient Cr4zy were to leave the spawn this round, not wanting to get caught by nades, not wanting to get caught by a mid-rush. Re-smoke down on B. I've seen that one before, I like that. Means Ancient could throw it down without necessarily being fighting at the top of B, but Cr4zy saw the trajectory, so they've exploited a bit of a boost, a bit of a gap above the smoke. Just looking to slowly but surely take this top B control so they can do something with it later in the round if they please. So boost will be deconstructed and the sandbags cleared. They can just go for a straight up BX second. I think that's exactly what they want to go for right now. One player selling the A fake, no util left for Hunter. Now the push coming through. It's Freddy waiting on the other side, but he's blind and he's still going to get the kill. Bomb dropped. It will be picked back up, but they've got to clear up Popsky for the corner. He bides his time well. 1 kill before the trade is in, and Letney's tagged up as well. Man advantage now for Ancient, and the bomb just getting planted, but look at the damage.
And it all comes down to a 3v3. I mean, what a way for this to end. They're retaking the B bombs. Like, this has been Ancient's bread and butter. They've done so much damage. They've gotten everyone so low, and Draken, he can see the tip of that AWP sticking out. Molly gonna rain over the top. Getting peeked, flick onto Hunter. Otto, the last man left to try and keep the dream going. Ancient, they might have secured overtime, and they find him. 15 to 15, we're heading to overtime. Inferno keeps on going. And now they're living off the crowd a little bit more.
Yeah, I did want to jinx it before that, Harry, but they finally reached the breaking point. Now it's anyone's game. Now everything is reset. The last 30 rounds don't matter. It's back into overtime. And if you're Cr4zy as well, you're not going to be feeling good. This was a huge lead. You were feeling extremely positive about the way this game was going. I mean, the hype that Nexa was bringing as well to his team has since faded away, and I don't blame them, because what a performance from Ancient. Pulling it back. 7 rounds in a row to get us to overtime, and they are not done just yet.
That's just the thing that was so impressive. You needed 7 rounds consecutively. That is more than at any point you've been able to string together across both maps. And they just do it, almost casually so, here on Inferno. Massive performances across the board. And they're making this look like a doable comeback. They're trying to take us to Nuke. And with how this is looking, with how the momentum swung, that we could still get there. Plopsky flashed off from the banana, takes the peek, and he's back. Esperanto's gone. Man advantage taken for Ancient. And already this B play that Cr4zy were trying to attempt, they couldn't even get control of top banana. Something that they've been so good at. This time they get locked out almost immediately. Draken doesn't miss a beat. Man advantage secured and maintained, extended even further. Crazy 3v5. What's the game plan?
And immediately, I mean, look at the two-way Ancient just got, opening kills in that round. Things they haven't done all half. A double app setup with the AWP, plus someone fighting sandbags. Those are positions that Ancient have not even dwelled in this CT side. But when you hit overtime, everything changes, Harry.
I think that's just largely because they know they didn't really have like the room to try and throw in any of these gimmicky plays, right? Like any of this early aggression. You don't want to risk taking that peak if you're Draken at a 15-10 scoreline, right? Staring down match point. Now they've got the freedom, they've got the confidence to make these sorts of plays again. Well, they reap the rewards of it, though. Freddy B trying to get over the top of that smoke. He'll get toppled, and now the bomb can go down inside of this B bomb site.
There is a huge couple of entries from Letney. He had 8 kills coming into this one. He's been having a very rough map indeed. We said at 15-7, 15-8, this shouldn't matter. Well, now it finally has, Harry, and at least he's remedied it by getting a double opener towards B, making it doable for Cr4zy.
He's trying to peek through the gap in that smoke. He will get smoked off from Banana, and he's trying to play around that bit of a gap in a smoke that he's been given. Time's really ticked away here. Ancient, they've got to pick up the pace. They've got to get into this bomb site, and one by one, they are getting shut down. Just Draken, and he tries to go for the ninja defuse. No luck this time around. So Cr4zy getting off to a good start here in the first half of overtime.
And definitely important to see those 3 kills from Letney. I mean, that's a huge game changer, right? Just getting the confidence to actually start to frag on the server right when he's needed most. But 15-16, the AWPs are back out, and Draken looks for a revenge once again. Rusty has been keen to go for these mid plays before. Nice nade as well. Tags Hunter and Otto down. Draken's posted up on middle. The barrel of Otto's gun would give it away if he walked any further forward, so he needs to be careful. He needs to be cautious. As Cr4zy just wait for a pick. But I've got to commend Ancient on how reserved they've been in, like you said last round, not giving away these kills, not going for anything crazy, just holding their spots and hitting their shots. And that they do. Esperanto tagged with the AWP through the wall. Or legged rather. Down to 16. Cr4zy flashing that AWP off and sending their sights in towards middle.
Ancient have read this well, then. They've already rotated another man on round, and Plopsky will be here to help out with this A hit if Cr4zy commit to it. Still with a man down at the bottom of Banana, you could try and split through CT here as a possibility. A lot of that going to come down to whether or not Hunter finds success here with the Banana play. And actually, Cr4zy might just migrate away from A in its entirety. Hunter's been spotted and shut down on his attempt at the entry. He goes blow for blow with Freddy B.
I mean, you don't get better timing than that peek from Freddy, right? Scopes up as he gets peeked. And Hunter heard him jump at the top of B as well. He thought he was way closer than he actually was. But flash into B, Freddy's going to duck below it, peeks back up, drops the bomb. And even though they smoke off coffins, Harry, it's a 5-on-3. More and more damage coming through for Ancient through the smoke. 9 seconds left. Freddy could just rush this one, but he's going to take it passive, going to take it slow. Otto's dropped one. Freddy, he goes through with a flashbang, but Nexus still hits a shot. It's Otto alone, and they are just hounding him down, chasing this final kill. Defuse will come in through for Ancient. 1 apiece here in overtime. 1 more left for the half.
I just don't believe it. This is still close as ever. I still don't know which way this ends up, right? On one hand, Cr4zy have looked phenomenal. Their train game was great. Here on Inferno, they were the team to reach map point and series point first. But Ancient, it's the comeback, it's the resilience that this squad has demonstrated that I'm loving so much. Their ability to make these games look possible, even when they are down at some pretty grisly scorelines. And early on, 3 players over towards this long side. Smoke going to fall out in top mid. Cr4zy slowly but surely meandering their way up into the top of middle.
Ooh. You can see how much they want this Banana control as well, but not willing to dedicate a player to it means Ancient can afford to rotate themselves. Freddy's actually gone back through CT spawn. Now right now with this bomb, Cr4zy can always just back off in towards B and change their mind at the drop of a hat. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. Look at this little crawl back. They take mid, they force the AWP off Now they go back towards B where Plopsky sits alone, but has that smoke to delay the push. With a flash coming through, he starts to, well, I was going to say call for a rotation. He took his time with that decision, but smoke going down. Now the rotates in, but Cr4zy are already up at the top of B. If they find this kill through the smoke, they're going to hit this site. But luckily for Plopsky, he stays alive. And a double rotate for Ancient as well. 2 players dedicated back towards this B site, and 1 in CT spawn to assist with the utility.
Freddy B from the coffins. Smoked off, has to duck back through. Actually tries to push through that smoke and will get shut down in the process. Plopsky, now the lone defender of this B bomb site, has it all to do. He's not quite able to find the shot. The kill's coming in for Cr4zy. And it's only Disco Doppelin left. 17 to 16 at the end of this first half of overtime. 19 is the magic number we're looking for. And for Ancient, this now means they need to go flawless, moving back into their T half.
That's a rough one. Not an easy scoreline to get. I mean, 6 rounds earlier on their T side, perfectly fine. Reasonable half on Inferno, but flawless in overtime. That's a whole different beast. And the thing you have to remember as well, most important with OT, is it has been a whole, 18 rounds since they played that T side. So while Cr4zy just, I guess they continue playing on their CT side and the once they hit the OT, and that's great for you, right? You're going to feel comfortable carrying forward, but going flawless in this half is going to be easier said than done. There's always 2 overtimes on the card. We'll see if we get there. Double AWP, Esperanto joining Otto. We're going to have 1 per site as well. Draken gets tagged early on by the HE, down to 50, and Otto's got mid covered. Dangerous position considering no one is watching towards the apartments at any point. He could just get pushed through Boiler, but that's why he decides to back off. Aware of the timings as they start to enter the apartments at the same time for Ancient, so well read by Otto. And the secondary AWP on the other side of things, Esperanto's just holding on towards B, waiting for contact.
Oh, Draken bested on that initial peak. A lot of cats throw in the way of H in this round now. I mean, being a man down, you don't even really get to play your own game in this sort of situation. You're just hoping that somewhere on the map, Cr4zy make a mistake. You can catch a player overextending. You can catch a favorable timing or just find some way of exploiting this defense. 3 smokes, 1 flashbang, and a couple of nades. That's all they've got to try and make this play happen. No Molotovs to force the fight. That 1 flash has to be perfect if it's going to create enough space for these players to deal with the 2 that are currently sat inside of A. And Disco Doppelin might be this first point of contact now. Out from the apartment, sneaking through this smoke. Otto's down in the pit with the AWP in hand. Really be ready for this. Those nades are perfect. That's Otto gone. Great value out of the very limited utility that they had. And Disco Doppelin's followed up with another 3-on-3 as the bomb goes down. And this is looking more than doable now for Ancient in spite of a very horrific start to this round. They have recovered. They've staggered back to their feet. Disco Doppelin down in the pit, trying to keep an eye on short. Does have Hunter on the other side. Flash goes over, and they're just locked in this standoff. Neither player wants to be the first to fall in this situation. Flash goes in. Doppelin's over the top. Freddy B helps out. And Esperanto, the last man standing, he's got to run for the hills. Ancient, 17 all. They tie this up.
Keeping it close, Harry, and no exits for Esperanto. No confidence-building kills here, although he's had plenty of them in this map. No excuses at overtime. 17-17. Whoever wins the next 2 rounds is going, well, in the case of Cr4zy, to the semifinals. In the case of Ancient, to a 3rd map. It's do or die. Got to say as well, what a ridiculous tournament and even game we've had from Plopsky. He has been holding his own in pretty much every single match we've seen them face. Now top of the entire board. Not top of the server, that's held by Hunter, who's 34 kills deep. Next, he wants to join the tally. Oh, that nade that completely takes down Freddy. That's the bomb dropped in the open as well. It will be picked back up by Rusty, but not without another casualty, another loss of health. 9 HP as he runs through that Molotov. He just gets away. Can't get closer than that.
Ooh, Oh, next, he got hurt, but somehow...
He realized that upon making noise, that if there was a player there, he was dead. So he had to shoot.
So he just shoots first.
Yeah. That's how you win a duel.
I mean, now the rest of the squad, it's all fallen onto their shoulders, right? You've lost Plopsky and Freddie B, quite the two heads to lose. And we have to now look to the rest of the squad, shambling up through short. They're already low on Rusty. Peek is out from Hunter, and that's the bomb dropped in the open. Draken doing what he can to make this round feel like a reality, but uh-oh, scoped in on this angle. This is not a fight that Draken should be winning in. He checks it, and Otto will act very quickly indeed. Map and series point for Cr4zy. It's still down to the wire. One round, and Ancient could lock in a double overtime belter here for map 2. Alternatively, if Cr4zy take it, all this grinding, all the fight, all the preparation that Ancient have put in has been for nothing, and they'll be going home.
Rough as anything, Harry, but let's see if Ancient are the diamonds in the rough. Fast B play coming through for this T side, and Cr4zy might not be met with the pace. They're not ready for it. Freddy with the double entry. Where has that come from? Draken's even going to follow up down mid, and it's not over till it's over. That rings true more than ever for Ancient. Hunter and Letney separated. They essentially need to either ace if they want a chance to win this round, or just get a ridiculous amount of kills. And Draken's still defaulting. He's still holding middle. He's hitting this shot once that smoke fades, but Letney will move out of it in time. This is where you just double stack a bomb site, surely. That's your best bet. It's your best chance. But you know that Ancient are going to send a lurk into whatever bomb site you do not stack. And Cr4zy will gamble correctly. Maybe a bit too late. Letney's trying to rotate round. Hunter's up close. Ancient pushing in. Oh, he looks away at the worst possible time. The nade is not going to be helping him out either. Rusty gets the frag, and this might just be it. This might just be another overtime. Pistol out, nade out. And Letney just gets rushed down through the smoke. Double overtime, 18-18, the game that keeps on giving.
We might be in for a very long night of Counter-Strike indeed, because these Swedes do not want to get off this stage. 18-18, and now, of course, that means 22 is the magic number we're looking for in this double overtime. And I mean, you know, at this point, it just becomes so hard to predict anything, because all the conventional strats, everything we've seen for the last 36 rounds goes right out the window, right? And this is where the CS gets scrappy. This is where, you know, we're going to see just these flat aim doors. This is where we get to see all these crazy gimmicks come in. I mean, even that round there, Cr4zy maybe getting a bit ahead of themselves, trying to go for the aggression. Peeking down top mid, that was where we saw Draken get his kill. Weren't ready for the pace set by Freddie B in that round either. And now given another shot over on the CT side in this second half.
As you can see, yeah, multiple times, Cr4zy getting caught out by this early round pace from Ancient, right? Just there, also, not, you know, he was about to push apartments, not ready for them to be up top mid, like Draken already was. Same in the previous round, as you said, you know, losing those B fights, not having nades in your hands. These are mistakes you can't afford to make at 18-18. Otto does get away in time, though. It's okay. Ooh. Ancient. They definitely don't know that. Nexus pushed all the way down B. He will work his way back up to the top. Doesn't need this close position when he's playing that solo site. Hunter flashed, and oh, did they see him? Rusty might have. He's not on the angle. Walks back in, and Hunter's there. No utility, but a flashbang to get him out. He's going to need Esperanto to assist, but that Molotov might spell his demise. The smoke lands on top of it. Good teamwork to bail Hunter out of that corner. And now we're going to need to rotate towards B, because that's where Ancient are turning away to.
Yeah, Nexus spotting over that half wall, spotted these players on the rotation in. He'll just hide. He wants to just be a nuisance in the back of the bomb stack, try and delay this as long as he can. Plopsky will find the first. Draken in with another. The man advantage might have been in favor of Cr4zy, but now it's into the 3v3. This bomb's going down, and Esperanto is not in a position to deny it. They hear the scope in over towards Ruins. Draken taking these fights in CT, does get rewarded for it. Double AWP between Letney and Esperanto in the retake. Anything but ideal here. They're going to try and go for it anyway, obviously so. We're in overtime, so they want to try and give this an attempt. But Draken holding close, digging down the first man. Plopsky helping out, 19-18. First round of the second overtime going the way of Ancient.
To think that there's a whole nother map on the horizon if this goes Ancient's way as well. There has been a lot of Counter-Strike today, Harry, but we are not even near the end of it. All the rounds, all the maps, all the overtimes. 19-18. Triple setup on B early on for Cr4zy, but look at the nades. That is despicable. 2 players tagged down, 50 and lower on Hunter. Cr4zy will have utility on B, plenty of it, but not the HP behind it. Ooh, where's that come from? Draken's just all banged out. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that was through apartments. Wow, he must have caught it through the edge of the box into library. That's Cr4zy. Runs back as well, up through short, and Otto shuts down one on the attack as well. He plays the site with the orb. Letney dropped in the pit. Disco Doppler going above. Can he go beyond? Yes, he gets a lot of damage off. Otto's still alive and kicking at the back of the site, but he might not be for too much longer. That bomb's starting to close the distance. Nexus coming for one, but it's just Otto left, and he won't be able to stand the test of time. 3 kills from Disco Doppler, and another round for Ancient, 2-0.
And this is where, if you're Cr4zy, you can really start getting in your own head, right? I mean, this is where you're looking at this matchup, and you're thinking, we reach map point, series point, not once, but twice. And both times, this ragtag bunch of Swedish boys have risen up and taken us to overtime after overtime. And now, finally, a team might win this, and it might not be the expected victors. We might be heading to a third map. The buy is in for Cr4zy. In the last of this first half of the second overtime.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful indeed, isn't it? And it's the attempt at banana aggression from Cr4zy, trying to set that AWP up at this portion of the map. Whoop. This shot from Esperanto, and now he might just concede banana. He's actually going to stick around here. Very risky, especially with the prying eyes of Draken looking towards top banana. Esperanto sticking around, only good for 2, trade found, but he's gone and done all he had to do. B-play doesn't have to be committed to here from Ancient. They can just pump the brakes, but they are sat a man down. They might look to try and hit a site while they know that Cr4zy are going to be a bit chaotic, you know, in rotation.
Talk of chaotic, look at this setup. 3 players on B. Letney's pushed the apartments in second middle, so he knows this is a B play. They all know. And Ancient are walking right into this one. Popsky's already above and at the back of the site. Tag coming through. Popsky stays standing tall with another kill, but Hunter shut down players through the smoke, and it's Disco Doppler alone. Has to stick the plant. As that smoke is still up, he has no more utility but a flash, and doesn't want to be caught without his gun in hand. Cr4zy waiting for this third player to come up banana. That's Letney. Missed shot from the AWP, but Disco Doppler given the second opportunity. Will he grasp it with both hands? Oh, he almost hits that shot, but I cannot blame him. Flying around the corner of Cr4zy, and they will pick up a retake. 1 round on their CT side as we move over halves. Second half, the second overtime, the second map.
It's a game of seconds, and I mean, I'm not even writing thirds off at this point. Whether that's a third map, a third overtime, I don't know. I'm not complaining either way. I mean, 22 rounds is what we need. That means Cr4zy, they do have to go flawless here. Moving in to their T half. That is no easy feat by any stretch of the imagination.
No. I mean, that's the half, at least for the CT side, that Ancient pulled a 7-round comeback on in regulation to get us to overtime. Which is even weirder if you think about it now, right? How much they seem in control of this game versus how out of control they were at one point. But let's see where it takes them. 2 rounds needed for Ancient, 3 for Cr4zy. This is going to have to be a monumentous comeback in this overtime, at least. Bombs left in spawn. Cr4zy got to run right back for it, so Otto's got a bit of a late departure out of his ramp. Cr4zy get the top of B for free, but Ancient don't move too far away. They stick round the corner, and Plopsy's going to catch Esperanto going up on the boost. Strong start for Ancient. They can just concede B now, fall back towards CT spawn, and just play re-smokes.
Cr4zy, I mean, they're just desperately looking for something. Somewhere on the map, they're hoping they can catch a player out of position. Maybe getting a bit overzealous. Ancient, they're not budging. Draken is just homed in on this boiler position till the end of the round. I mean, he is so ready for this peak that's about to come through. Whoa, just decides to head back now, however. And actually, that might be to his benefit. Now taking this position inside of the bomb site, he can definitely look to be more effective in the long run from here. Ooh. Use these boxes, use all the clutter to obscure himself and create these one-on-ones. Next opening up, Disco Doppler dropped down in the pit. Hunter does get one more. The frag's going left and right. It's down to the wire, but Cr4zy somehow from nowhere, they've managed the 20th. They've tied this up.
Everyone was there as well, right? No lurks, no rotates needed. Fully stacked up on that bomb site with 30 seconds left, but Cr4zy get all the kills required of them. 2020. I mean, anyone's game doesn't really do it justice at this point, Harry. First to 22 here in this overtime. Ooh, lots of nades down middle. Same story for top B. Freddy going to run right through them. This man does not care. He's run through a molly and an HE grenade. He's found himself at the bottom of logs. They will not be ready for this position. Cr4zy does not check it, and Freddy B gets a free frag. Will he get away with this? Surely not, but Letney only gets the kill after he gets dinked. 1 HP, and Otto shuts down Plopsky at the top. They can rush B. It's open for the taking.
Yeah, rotations are coming in though, and Letney being 1 HP, 1 bullet is all it's going to take to remove him.
One flashbang.
Draken already arriving on the scene, will get smoked off. Rotation from Disco Doppler coming round now as well. Rusty, ooh, so many low HP players on the other side of this smoke. Nothing connecting just yet, however. And a 3v3 B-site retake. We have seen so many of these, and so often they've gone the way of Ancient. Damage being done. Otto and Letney both bought within inches of their life. Letney on this orb, trying to find the man over in CT. Nexa getting burnt out into the open. Draken shuts down one, and Letney's burnt out. Defuse comes in, and it's Ancient to reach map point first. 21-20. Trying to take us the distance, trying to take us to nuke. And now it's them. For the first time in this series, in the driver's seat, they are 1 round away from picking up a victory here on Inferno.
That's a scary thing, right? Because Cr4zy, they've had map point twice in this map, right? They had it at 15-14, they had it in the first overtime, and now finally, after not being able to close it out twice, will Ancient get it on their first go? That's going to hurt if so. And that retake as well. They had 2 mollies left up when they were coming into that 3-on-3. And with Cr4zy having everyone dedicated to the bomb site, I can see that coming from a mile off. Getting burnt out of their corners. Their hidey holes. So it's triple overtime or 3 maps. What a Cr4zy one here. Nuke isn't too far away, and Ancient look to send us to those yards. Draken, good nade. Ooh, tags Otto a little bit. Smoke as well in his face. He's not going to be able to find a thing. Cr4zy deciding to double back towards B in this 5-on-5. No kills have come through yet, but Esperanto has lurked the top through the smoke. He's cleared it out. Still utility to re-smoke and Molotov down on this B bomb site, so it's not a huge worry right now, but Cr4zy, they've only got enough really 1 or 2 executes. They can't fake it too much, and they might just go on the first hurdle. Molly towards the back of the site, forcing Plopsky out. Surely, yes it does, just burns him in the edge as they get to the pool. Plopsky runs into 2 mollies, and somehow still alive, 1 HP. Talk about luck, but not too lucky.
Yeah, finally they shut him down. Freddy B now the only man here doing damage. Is able to get 1. And I mean, it seems only fitting that once again this is decided in a B retake. Hunter shutting down the first man. Traded by Draken.
Hello.
Down to the 3-on-3. And Draken in with another. Trying to take us all the way to nuke. Otto and Letney left to try and propel us through to yet another overtime. Bomb ticking away, but it's not too far ticked. So plenty of time for Ancient to work with, and that flash forces Otto away. They get it done. The retake comes in, and they don't lose a single man in the process. A 3-on-3 ends with 3 players alive for the Swedes, and Ancient